What up? It's Chris from Laser Lemming, and today we're talking about movies. I mean, there's some video game news too. I got Uncharted 4 and an Uncharted 4 controller, special limited edition Uncharted 4 PlayStation 4 controller. $64.99 after tax. That's about $70 in California money. $70 for a controller. Boy, how we have progressed. $70 for a controller. I am now paying more for an extra controller than I am for a new game, until the DLC and microtransactions kick it up. Anyway, there it is, looking pretty. Thought you should know. It was the last one in Target, so sorry everybody else that came. I got the last $70 controller. Anyway, let's talk about movies. Movies, yes, Star Wars Rogue One. If you haven't heard, this movie's coming out at the end of the year. Just like last December, about 6 months ago, there was another Star Wars movie that came out. It was called Episode 7, Revenge of the Jedi. That came out, it was a smash hit, and it didn't break box office records, but didn't hurt, didn't look too shabby either. Jay-Z dirted off its shoulders. It dirted off the George Lucas stank. And, no offense to George L. He actually sold it to Disney and made it possible for Episode 7 to be a possibility, to be a reality. And so Rogue One, which is a prequel, probably going to be the best prequel so far, is now happening. It's happening this year. And a new Star Wars movie is happening every year, thanks to Disney. Yep, that's their plan. They have Episode 7. Rogue One this year. Episode 8 next year. I believe it's the Han Solo movie the year after that, and Episode 9 the year after that. And then the year after that, they have the Boba Fett movie. At least I believe that's their plan. They want a new Star Wars movie every single year until people get sick and tired of it, or until there is a huge production problem that's going to cause Disney to slow their roll and rethink what they're doing. Because right now they're milking that teat. They're milking that Star Wars teat really hard. Too hard, you might say. And because of that, we've got a lot of Star Wars stuff coming. If you thought last year with every product ever being Star Wars branded was too much, get ready for the future, because it's going to happen again in October, November, and December of this year. Same thing next year until the box office just crumbles, which is very unlikely to happen for a while because Disney is putting a lot of money into these products. Disney paid about $4 billion and change for the Star Wars franchise, and they are getting their money's worth. So let's get into it. Star Wars Rogue One happening this year. And apparently Disney's not happy with it because this movie's coming out in December? And because of that, filming is done. They have filmed the movie. They had the story written a long time ago. They went through all the production phases, the casting choices a long time ago for this movie. And Disney's not happy with it. At least according to, I believe, a website called Page Six. They also first revealed that the casting choice for the Han Solo prequel film. And, they got a source in Hollywood that might be reliable. So let's pretend that this is true, which it quite likely is. And if you look at Suicide Squad, which also got reshoots and rumors of reshoots, that turned out to be true. So let's say that this is true. 4 weeks of reshoots are happening. 4 weeks. That could amount to a huge chunk of the movie. This is going to happen in July, according to the rumors. 4 weeks. That's almost a month of reshoots. If you think about the production schedule of a movie, a big budget movie like this, you're probably shooting for about, let's say 6 months. 6 months. It could be anywhere from 4 to 8 months. I'm kind of talking out my ass a little bit, but let's say 6 months is the average shooting time for a Star Wars movie, and that's probably being generous. It's probably not that much. 4 weeks amounts to probably about 15 to 20% of the movie, maybe a little more, that they are redoing. They got somebody in a writer's room taking the other end of the pencil and erasing, metaphorically speaking. They're erasing parts of the movie that Disney didn't like. Rumors are swirling that maybe this movie was too dark for Star Wars because Episode 7, while darker than Episode 1 and Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and Phantom Menace, mixed up. Those movies were kind of light. But Episode 7 was a little darker, but it was also very family friendly. It also got the PG-13 rating. It was the second Star Wars movie ever to get a PG-13 rating. You better believe that Rogue One is going to get a PG-13 rating. And you better believe Episode 8 and 9 and Boba Fett and Han Solo, they're all going to get a PG-13 rating because that is the new PG rating. It doesn't matter. These ratings are a joke. Anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk. So, Star Wars Rogue One. Disney doesn't like it. They're thinking maybe it's too dark. Maybe it doesn't fit in this money-making formula we have. Because, while Episode 7 was a little dark, it was still accessible to the family. And this one is kind of a roguish, to be very creative with my words, it's kind of a roguish movie. It's very bold and rebellious, and it looks like it has a darker storyline, much darker. And it sounds like Disney don't like that. But I also heard rumors that maybe Lucasfilm has more control over these movies than Disney would like them to. So, at the same time, Disney owns Lucasfilm now, and I feel like somebody at Disney has the final say. What the hell do I know? Either way, I believe that this rumor might be true. I believe that this movie might be getting a little screwed up. It could be for the benefit of the movie. Other movies have been reshot to great acclaim. Even Episode 7, according to J.J. Abrams, got a little bit of rewriting and reshooting after Harrison Ford hurt his foot or ankle on the Millennium Falcon set. They made it lighter. They made the interactions between Rey and Finn better. So, maybe this is for the best. Maybe Disney is censoring a good story. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of my $70 controller? And what do you think of Rogue One possibly getting a lighter twist to it? Let me know. Do you think movies should get the original story, or do you think Disney should get every single dime they possibly can, to get them childrens and them older folks? Subscribe for more if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.